Welcome to the Essentially You podcast, where we explore the science of happiness and well-being to help coaches and coaching leaders bring out the best in themselves and those they serve. If you're looking for new approaches to serve your clients or looking to create a culture of positivity and well-being in your organization, join me, Mark Mathia, on a journey of discovery and inspiration. It's great to be together again, friends. Hey, this is Coach Mark, and welcome back to Essentially You. I've been thinking about the quote by Charles Duhigg when he said, if you believe you can change, if you make it a habit, the change becomes real. You know, habits affect us all, and we all have good and bad ones, and they can impact our success at work, whether it's biting our nails, procrastinating, self-doubt, lack of organization. You see, these negative habits can hold us back from reaching our full potential. But what if we could harness the power of habit to propel us forward instead? The good news? The good news is we can. By taking control of our habits and transforming them into positive ones, I believe that we can set ourselves up for success in the workplace. And it's about understanding our negative habits and the value they bring to our lives. Yes, pause for cause. I said the value they bring. Okay, I'll give you an example. Take, for instance, the bane of my wife's existence early in our marriage and the tobacco habit I picked up while a young armor officer candidate in college. My distribution of method was chew, and yes, I know it's nasty, so no judgment here. Snuff was potentially the most difficult habit for me to break. It wasn't until I figured out what purpose it served in my life that I was able to crush it and lay it down forever. You see, I was a college student, an athlete, a performer, and a U.S. Army Reserve cadet. And for me, that tobacco meant something different. It was a pause for the cause, a pause for an active brain. And it wasn't until I understood its value that I could actually kick the habit. And it wasn't just the nicotine. It was the pause. I had to find another activity that allowed me to rest and think, to create white space in my life, just without spitting and damaging my mouth. It became things like meditation, tea, and a good journal. Now, the first idea that I want to share with you is a presupposition, and this is a big one. But here's what I would say, that every habit we have serves a good purpose. Buckle up, friends, because this exploration is going to get interesting. Okay, let's take a moment and review a process that my clients and I find very valuable when it comes to changing and kicking negative habits. It's a psychological technique that is called technically the 6-step reframe, but we're going to go through it a little bit so that you can begin to have a foundation of how you too can kick anything that you want to kick. First, step one is identify the problem behavior, whatever that problem behavior is. And now, by the way, I would say when it comes to changing habits, make sure it's a concrete behavior. Start small. You'll get used to this as you go. But for my case, like I said, in college, it was how do I overcome a nicotine addiction and the tobacco that I used? Okay, so start with the problem. Number two, and this is critical, identify the positive intention. So every habit you have, somewhere in you, there's a positive intention behind it and behind that behavior. You need to recognize the value and the positive intention of it. Look, that's a big presupposition, and just getting through the second stage, you're going to learn more about yourself, and you're going to find out that a lot of the negative things we do, biting our nails or whatever, isn't because we like the taste of nails or germs. It's because we, in fact, need a pause. It's a calming, it's a crutch, it's a whatever it is, okay? So once you've identified that behavior, then go to step 3, which is ask yourself, is there other ways of accomplishing this positive intention? And if there is other ways that you could get that calm or that confidence, whatever it is, would you be interested in discovering them? Okay, if the answer is yes, you're ready to move on to number 4, which is one of the most important aspects, which is brainstorming, right? This is where you sit down and make a list. Use your creativity. Think about as many ways you can to accomplish the same positive intention without the nasty habit. I think this. I think that giving yourself options is a powerful psychological tool that allows us to break free from limited thinking and explore new possibilities. See, when we give ourselves multiple choices, we open up ourselves for the potential for creative problem solving and decision making. And this process can help us feel more empowered and in control of our circumstances. You know what I mean? Leading to greater flexibility and adaptability in various situations. Okay, now once you've created a list, identify at least 3 of those, that's step 5, so that you can kind of come up from your brainstorm list, come up with the top 3 that you want to use. And then the 6th one is this. I want you to look at your new options. Do you object to any of them? Is there a problem with any of them? And if there's not, are you willing to use them beginning right now to change a habit? You see, the 6-step framework is really great to take and understand why you do what you do and then change it by replacing it and not just cutting it out. The other thing it does, it alleviates a lot of the guilt that's associated with some of our bad habits. Now that we have that foundation, okay, let's work and do a couple other things. How about 3 skills we can practice to kind of reinforce our habit changes? Okay, one of the most powerful skills to cultivate is discipline. And discipline's a skill, and it's the bridge between goals and accomplishing goals. And it's a key factor in achieving success at work. By constantly showing up, by constantly putting in the effort and constantly focusing on our tasks, we create a habit of discipline, and this will help us excel in our careers, also in life. But let me be clear. Sometimes discipline is hiring a coach. I've been trying to get in shape for some time. I've been failing, and now I hired a coach. And the discipline of me showing up with the power of coach holding me accountable is helping me to start to feel better already. Another essential skill is self-reflection. Now, reflection on our actions, why you do what you do, reflection on your decisions, and reflection on your behaviors. This allows us to learn from our mistakes and, tweak them for the future. The skill of self-awareness can lead to personal and professional growth, ultimately success in the workplace, but you have to have an intentional self-reflection time. And finally, cultivating a skill of positivity. I'm a positive psychology coach, and, for a large part of my life, people thought I was negative. But that was just a strength that was not being applied appropriately. But positivity can profoundly impact our work life. It's about feeling good and approaching our work with renewed energy and enthusiasm. And we can shift our mindset by focusing on the good, maintaining a positive outlook, an optimistic outlook, and practicing gratitude. Those things can be practiced. And I've talked a lot about those on this podcast. This positive habit can build your well-being and also add value to people around you. Friends, this is a simple one this week. When we focus on our habits and we put in place habits that propel us forward instead of knocking us backwards, we really do take control of our habits and turn the negative ones into positive ones. And quite frankly, this is a powerful tool for success in all of life. And by cultivating the extras like discipline, self-reflection, and adding positive habits, we can position ourselves for growth, achievement, and fulfillment in our careers and our entire life. Now, when coaches and coaching leaders can harness the power of habits to change, we can all continue to really win at work together. And that is what I want for you, and I want that for me. So let's go out there, change some habits, and help others do the same. And now it's your turn to get out there and thrive in life. If you've liked what you've learned, would you consider subscribing to this podcast and leaving a review? I'd really appreciate it. And if you have anything you would like addressed, you can reach out to me, Mark Mathia, at mark@markmathia.com. And until next week, I'm cheering for you.